So in this bolted connection, we are going to study. So the contents are introduction, types of bearing bolts, black bolts, turn bolts, terminologies, grades classification of bolt, specification, types of bolted connections. So the next slide is introduction. The bolts is nothing but a metal pin with the head formed at one end and the shank threaded at the another end to receive or to allow the nut to get through it. According to the basis of load transfer in the connection, bolts are classified as follow: bearing type, friction grip type. And moving to the next slide, it is a pictorial representation of the nut, bolts and their connections. Moving to the next slide, it is the type of bearing bolts. So they are classified as two ways: unfinished or black bolts or a turn bolts. So the unfinished or black bolts are, these are the classified bolts are nothing but a structural bolts are made from mild steel with a square or hexagonal head. Most commonly used black bolts are properly classed as 4.6. They have high elongation and hence are more ductile. The hole for the black bolts are provided with a circular or about 1.5 to 2 mm more than the bolt diameter, and the rupture are M16, M20, etc., which mean dia as 16 mm, 20 mm respectively. The next slide is finished or turn bolts. A screw must allow be turned to assemble the joints. May bolts are held fixed in the place during assembling either by a tool or by design. These bolts have high shear of bearing resistance to compared to the unfinished or black bolts. However, these bolts are observed nowadays. The specification for turn bolts are given in IS 2591-1969. These bolts are used in special jobs like connecting machine parts subject to the dynamic loading. So the moving to the next slide, it's about terminology. So which all are the terminologies we are going to use in the connections. It is pitch of the bolt, which is represented as small p. It is the center to center spacing of the bolt in a row, measured along the direction of load. Second, it is the gauge distance. It is